Big breaking news coming in from the top court. The Supreme Court has pulled up Mamata Sarkar. We're getting you details on the observation by the apex court. Court says polls can't be a reason for violence. And the Supreme Court, in fact, also cited previous incidents of violence in West Bengal. So the Mamata government there being pulled up. Now remember, the State Election Commission there in the court said that we asked for an assessment plan, and if we felt that there was a need for deployment, we would have marked the areas as sensitive and then asked for assistance and aid from neighboring states. The court said the bottom line is that you need additional forces, you need assistance, then why not take it from center? As far as the issue of violence is concerned, the court has drawn the line saying that elections cannot be accompanied by violence. Polls can't be a reason for violence. Let's go across to Adrija for more on that. Adrija, the court seems to be coming down heavily on the Mamata Sarkar.
Well, absolutely. The Mamata Banerjee Government, along with the State Election Commission, the Supreme Court is definitely making very strong statements, where first the Supreme Court have come out and said that these are imaginary arguments to the SEC, and the Supreme Court have also said that violence cannot be the answer. Violence cannot be the license for conducting panchayat elections, the lower level elections, and the Supreme Court have also taken the past in the 2013 and 2018 panchayat election. Supreme Court have stated that the Bengal has witnessed a history of violence happening, and therefore why not take aid from the central forces? And the Calcutta High Court earlier have said that the expenses will be bared by the central government, and then the Supreme Court also brings that up and states that if the expenses are being bared by the central government, then what is your problem for taking central forces for deploying central forces for conducting the panchayat elections? And apart from that, the Supreme Court have also very clearly come out and have stated that why have till now no demarcation have been done regarding the sensitive areas of the state, and the government, the Election Commission along the government have asked for central forces earlier in order to deploy in the sensitive areas which were demarcated, but the Supreme Court also comes out and asks the State Election Commission that why has there no demarcation of the sensitive areas done till date.
Right, we have Pragyan Pranesh on the broadcast as well. Let me go across to Pranesh joining us from the Newspit first. The court is asking a very simple question. What is your problem with central forces? You are anyways going to take assistance from the neighboring states. Why not the central forces?
You know, that's really at the root of it, Swati. And just to quickly put this in context for our viewers who are joining this broadcast, over the last 2 weeks, at least, there have been multiple incidents of clashes, violence, arson, firing, bombings. And I'm talking about crude bombs. We also have visual confirmation of that. The High Court, when it was hearing a PIL, said that let's have central forces, let's have peace in the state leading up to the panchayat polls. Because remember, in 2018, what had happened? Bloody violence, a trail of violence had marred panchayat polls, which is why the High Court, in its wisdom, said that let's have central forces. The state poll panel then goes to the Supreme Court opposing the move. Now, the fundamental question that the Supreme Court asked today when the hearing began, he said, what's your problem with the central forces? What homework have you done to say that we are capable of ensuring peace? The state, so far from the observations that we've got from Neelashish, our colleague who is tracking this from inside the court, the state has not been able to answer this satisfactorily. Which is why you have a situation that the Supreme Court is now saying that please ensure free and fair polls. And remember, even in the first few observations, the court had made it clear that what's happening in Bengal is not just a law and order issue. It is much more, and it has and will have implications. The court asked the state poll panel that what did you do? Did you convene a meeting? The poll panel said, yes, we did have a meeting. But what happened in that meeting? What was discussed? And if things about security and law and order were discussed, why are we not seeing a result on that on the ground, Swati?